Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Pat Gray Unleashed, sponsored by ExpressVPN. Protect your data from prying eyes at expressvpn.com/unleashed. Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. Got another bingo card this week. Had a big winner on Friday. This could happen at any time. I mean, it could happen today.
I mean, this could change your life.
Yeah.
If you're a winner.
Yeah, because you could get a T-shirt or a mug. I mean,
that opens up a lot of doors for you.
It does. So, let's see. The bingo is just pinned to the top of the Twitter page?
Yep, at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. And you can print it up there, or you could screenshot it and follow along there. But, yeah, we got some good squares this week.
Upper left-hand corner, mean streets of Helena. They've got that going for them. Gobble up or gobble down.
Does it have to be gobble?
Doesn't have to be gobble.
Just be something up. We have to reference up and down, both of them, correct? Okay.
Yeah. Right there. Good golly. An animal video. Exponential, which is from...
Increasing exponentially. Top 1 and
2%
have done exponentially better.
Well, corporate profit has been up over exponentially.
The profits come up exponentially.
It's going to be up exponentially.
Okay. Asinine. Keith saying, make it stop. Audio clip. What are we resisting?
Oh, yeah, that Cody guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Rat's anus.
I mean, that's a good day whenever we get a rat's anus mention.
Yeah, it is. Jeffy, think about it. Lying sack. Tito, Marlon, and Jermaine mentioned. Abomination. Wait, what? Corn pop? Okay. 18. Helium clip. Pat sings along with bumper music. We are not a democracy. Dr. Mavlowski. The mummy voice.
Oh, yeah.
Spoken song lyrics.
Oh, it's been a while on those.
Yeah, it has. And it's un-American. So there's your choices. There's your... there's what could happen this week. Sometime.
Boy, and with some of the video clips we have today, the reaction to those, we might have it. You might have a complete blackout of the entire bingo game today. Ooh, there's some rough stuff.
Oh man. There's also some fun things we might be able to get to. I don't know. It's possible. We'll try to. We had the big COVID concert over the weekend. Did you watch any of that?
I did not.
8 hours worth. 8 hour. Huge stars performing from home. Sadly, it benefited the corrupt China minion WHO.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
They raised, I think it was $50 million for the WHO. Come on now.
That's really
dumb. That's just
tragic.
Asinine.
Well, they're going to need it because, Trump is withholding money. Instead, who's he giving it to? Some other organizations. Samaritan's Purse. Yeah. So Trump is taking money from, I don't know that this is legal, and I didn't really do a lot of research into this, but anyhow, Trump's keeping our money from the WHO now.
Okay.
And Japan's talking about doing the same.
Good.
So, yeah.
Good. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're just China minions. Why would we support that? So, anyway, bunch of big stars. The Rolling Stones did a split screen. Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Ron Wood, all on acoustic or electric guitars from their house.
Now, I thought when you sent me that clip, I thought they did a good job.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know if anybody else did a good job, but
no, I
that
thought
was
the
good.
Stones were good. Mm-hmm. Charlie Watts was playing air drums from his home, apparently because he doesn't have a drum kit at his house. I'm like, wait, Charlie Watts, one of the most important rock drummers in rock history.
I mean, that's what you're known for, dude.
He doesn't have a drum kit at home? I don't believe it. I think they were just screwing around.
I thought they were just screwing around, too, for the bit.
They had to be, because the article I read said Charlie Watts did the air drums because he didn't have a drum kit at home. Shut up. He doesn't have a drum. He's a drummer.
And I thought that he was banging on a Home Depot bucket because the sound would have been too overpowering with the drum kit.
And that could well be
You're
as well.
telling me
that could be.
He's saying I don't have... Come on.
Yeah, it can't be. I don't think it can be. That's not possible. It'd be like, Eric Clapton doesn't have guitars at his house. Really? So just when he goes to a concert, that's the only time he plays? Huh. Okay. Really weird.
Yeah.
So some other happenings over the weekend. Donald Trump attacking Fox again and Drudge. If Drudge does have a problem, and the president says he does now, has a problem with Trump, and I think he does too, he's got nobody to blame but himself. He was all in on Trump during the campaign, attacking Ted Cruz and anyone else running to protect Donald Trump. So, Matt Drudge, please, come on. He's gone... I guess he's gone from loving him to not liking him so much, it seems anyway. And we've sort of gone the other way. But he once again lashed out at Fox News, and weekend host Chris Wallace in a tweet Sunday saying that the network is on a bad path after an interview with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Nervous Nancy is an inherently dumb person.
Okay, so far, I mean, it's true.
He's dead on so
We're
far.
We're fact-checking this, okay?
She wasted all of her time on the impeachment hoax. She will be overthrown either by inside or out, just like her last time as Speaker. Wallace and at Fox News are in a bad path. Watch.
Okay.
Great stuff.
I mean, the Pelosi... Chris Wallace interview was terrible, of course. We've got some highlights from that. I don't know if you wanted to play it, but I mean,
do.
She gave President Trump a grade while being interviewed, which is rich.
The president announced a plan this week to reopen the country, and you immediately criticized it. I want to put up what you said. The White House's vague and inconsistent document does nothing to make up for the president's failure to listen to the scientists and produce and distribute national rapid testing. But Dr. Anthony Fauci endorsed the plan. Take a look.
If these things are done correctly, what I believe they can, we will have and there will be enough tests to allow us to take this country safely through phase one.
Right.
Don't you believe Dr. Fauci?
Yeah, well, he said if this were to be done properly, well, it hasn't been done. On March 4th, we passed our first bill, bipartisan, testing. It's over 6 weeks since then, and it hasn't been done. So he's saying if it is done properly, we're already very late on that. But he's right. It has to be testing. It has to be tracing, contact tracing. It has to be treatment, and it has to be quarantine. It's part of something bigger as well to be done properly. But we're way late on it, and that is the failure. The president gets an F, a failure on the testing.
No. Okay.
Didn't the CDC say something about their... They messed up? They had a contamination there? And that was why there was a delay on the tests? Okay. But that one's on Trump. All right. Cool.
Oh, everything's on Trump. According to the Democrats. Everything. I mean, respirators are on Trump. So, like, the White House is one of our main manufacturers of respirators in the country. He just keeps a constant supply at the White House. I mean, I know we've got an emergency stash of some of these things that was depleted, by the way, for the most part, the PPEs and other machinery in the last pandemic with Barack Obama.
I mean, that was 2009. You only give the guy 7 years to replenish the stock?
Yeah, I did. I only gave him 7 years.
Okay.
I mean, he only had 7 years to replenish, and he didn't do it. I didn't actually give him any of that amount of time. But that's the amount of time he had, and he did nothing.
But it's not like there was a local businessman who was ready to make tons of masks and stuff to have at the ready.
No, it is like that.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is like that.
Pelosi had more fun stuff. I don't know that she understands the difference between China and Chinatown.
Oh.
I'm very confused by this soundbite. Watch this.
If you check the record and it's current, you will see that Chinatown has been a model in all of this. And that's what we're
Wait,
saying.
what?
Look to them for answers. Don't look to them to place blame.
Huh.
Don't be blaming Chinatown. Right?
Yeah.
Don't blame Chinatown.
That is unbelievable.
Now, can we go back?
Don't blame Chinatown.
What was the tweet you read from the president earlier in the program? Let's just see if that holds true here. What did Donald Trump say about Nancy Pelosi? I think the first line of the tweet kind of holds true there when you're blaming Chinatown for our virus outbreak.
I think it was something to the effect. I don't have it exactly in front of me. Yes, I do. Nervous Nancy is an inherently dumb person.
I mean, the president said that. We
true.
didn't say that.
No, right.
The president.
The United States of America said it, so must be true.
So don't blame Chinatown. Okay, they've done everything they can.
That's just, I mean, I know Chinatown is probably uppermost in her mind because it's part of San Francisco.
Well, yeah, and she was there after Trump was trying to do things to stop the pandemic. She's just there saying, come and hang out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now, obviously,
we shouldn't cut her any slack at all.
No.
She never cuts anybody else any slack.
And she's obviously, so in other words, to defend her there is to say, no, she's defending China. I mean, that's the
right.
That's the point she's making. She's defending China and blaming Trump.
Yes, she is.
Ugh, she's
so
grotesque.
there's no way around that.
Nope.
Right? Either she's just a buffoon who doesn't know the difference between Chinatown and China, or she's just a communist sympathizer and is defending China over the United States of America.
Can both answers be right?
Yes, you can. Yeah, I guess they can. I guess they can. So we'll just go with that. The answer is all of the above.
Yeah.
And speaking of communist sympathizers, how about what de Blasio is doing in New York right now? Telling the residents of New York City to take pictures of people who are not socially distancing and then report them. Do we?
Yeah, we got the
have
video.
That?
Yeah. You want that video?
Yeah, here's what he said. This is incredible.
Clip 14.
Thank you, everyone who's done it the right way, but we still know there's some people who need to get the message.
Buttering them up a little bit.
And that means sometimes making sure the enforcement is there to educate people and make clear we got to have social distancing. So now it is easier than ever when you see a crowd, when you see a line that's not distanced, when you see a supermarket that's too crowded, anything, you can report it right away so we can get help there to fix the problem.
Oh, good.
And now it's as simple as taking a photo. All you got to do is take the photo and put the location with it, and bang, send a photo like this, and we will make sure that enforcement comes right away. Text the photo to 311-692, and action will ensue. Enforcement will come to get the help we need, you can use the 311 app. Send that photo there, and you'll make sure immediately there's follow-up.
I mean, that's amazing. Look, this is important. He goes on to say, because we will find out what you are doing. Dummkopf! We have our ways of knowing you are supporting the motherland or not. Jawohl! If that's not Nazism, take photos of people, of your neighbors, of your friends, of strangers. I don't care who it is. Take pictures of strangers that you see out on the street who are too close to each other. Send them to the authorities and we'll send the police. That is craziness.
So as a public service, again, if you do see something that needs to be brought to the attention of New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, be sure to text a photo to him at 311-692. I mean, you want to be helpful, right? 311-692. Send your photos to Mayor de Blasio. That number again is 311-692.
Okay.
And make sure that he knows what's going on. Send your photos there.
888-900-30.
Be helpful.
I know.
I'm just trying to be helpful and spread the word.
Right.
For Bill de Blasio.
No, that's good.
311-692.
Okay. So anywhere people see anything happening that's not socially distanced, you need to send it to Bill de Blasio.
And maybe you don't know. It's hard to keep up with all these ordinances and stuff. Maybe you have a question. Hey, is this good? Is this cool? Is too many people here? Just check in. 311-692.
Is this 6 feet? I don't know. I can't tell. I don't have a tape measure with me right now. Yeah, I think that'd be good.
I think so. I think we need to make sure that we all are on the same page.
Okay. And we'll send it to America's Mayor, Bill de Blasio.
311-692.
Kyle and Josh both losing their hair. Not shocking since the dreaded male pattern baldness gene ran in their families. But the way they dealt with their hair loss couldn't have been more different. Kyle kept putting it off and so kept losing his hair. On the other hand, Josh actually went to Keeps. And Keeps, of course, offers the generic versions of the 2 FDA-approved hair loss products on the market. The generic versions saved Josh a fortune, and all it took was a quick online consultation. He answered a few questions, he snapped a few pictures of his hair, then a doctor evaluated everything, recommended the right FDA hair loss treatment for him. Then it was shipped discreetly to his door. So he was able to hang on to his hair. And you know what? In 65% of the cases, it actually helps you grow back more hair. Just amazing. Keeps lets you keep your hair without leaving your couch. And to get you started, we're going to get you half off right now. Half off. Go to keeps.com/Pat. That's keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray.
I like it when you sing along with the bumper music.
Do you? Yeah. Okay. I'll try to do it more then for you.
Good. Well, at least for this week's purposes, I think we're good.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what you mean by that. But
what? You don't know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
You need to start the show over then. Pay closer attention.
All right. I'll have to do that. Because if you miss anything on the show, you can go back and listen on the podcast.
Right. Like maybe you're watching live right now.
Awesome.
You're like, what are they talking about? What am I missing? Well, you could download it later.
Right.
You can do that.
You could. This is really cool. There is an image of the Matterhorn in Switzerland, and they were showing some support for the United States in our COVID-19 battle. This is really cool. I mean, this feels a little bit like, that's hard to believe that they did that.
That is.
Look at that.
Think about how big of an image that is.
That is really cool.
Thank you.
Wow.
I don't know how they did that, but thank you.
I don't either, but I like it a lot. Yeah. I mean, it's reminiscent of 9/11.
Sure is. Yep.
When a lot of people were supportive of us, when they felt good about us, when they felt badly for us, and now they're doing that again. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah. Because our death toll is
over
40,000 now.
If you believe those numbers, yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do you not believe those numbers?
Oh my gosh!
Is that because in New York they're just everybody who dies pretty much died of COVID-19?
Right. It's New York. It's everywhere. It's where the CDC has sent to these medical professionals the death certificate procedures. Did you hear the word COVID-19 in the last week?
Yeah.
Before you died? Okay. Well then that's probably what caused it. COVID-19. So whatever.
764,265 cases, 40,565 deaths. Wow. In New York, 247,215. They've got over 18,000 dead. Again, if you believe the numbers. The numbers I think here are inflated, and I think the numbers in China are deflated.
There you go.
To the 10th power or more. Maybe... That's probably a lot more because they claimed 3,200 or 3,300 deaths. Then they just increased that by 50%. Woo!
No one will notice.
Whoa! So they're around 4,000, 4,500, something like that. Come on. It's a nation of 1.4 billion. You can't tell me they didn't have a lot more infections than we did and a lot more deaths than we have.
Oh, yeah. They were at the epicenter, too.
Yeah. it's the epicenter. It's where it all began. It flared up. They didn't know anything about it at the beginning. I mean, come on. I know they clamped down, and I know they took extreme measures because they can, because they're communist, and that's what they do. Mm-hmm. But still, they didn't get a grip on it. Like, they were at 82,000 infections for, I don't know, a month or more. Yeah. I mean, ridiculous.
But did they have a tip line where you could text photos of people violating the law?
I don't think they did even take that.
They didn't have the number 311.
I don't think so.
692 set up where you could just send your photos of.
I don't think so. Huh. Yeah, I don't think so. Isn't that that's strange?
Wow. So congratulations to China. They didn't even have to set up a
freer than we are. Congratulations. That's great. That's really great. All right, we got from Biden's lost thing. Pat, got a question for you. So, do you miss small talk at the register now?
Yeah, do you? That's a great question.
It is a good question.
Do you miss small talk in this age of social distancing?
No, I have to say, now that I think about it, no, I don't. No, that's one thing I don't miss from normalcy.
Oh.
Because I just went to a CVS, and I got the same crappy small talk I always get. So I've already had. I even get that during the quarantine, because CVS is open, and that's where they do a heck of a lot of small talk, and I hate it. And I just went in there the other day. I had to pick up a couple of things. And not only did they make the usual small, so how's your day going so far?
I don't know. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. How do you think it's going?
Are you kidding me? I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. A lot of people, 22 million people have lost their job. That's great. What do you mean?
Let me tell you what my options for my day are, okay? My options are to go get gas or come in here and talk to you. Oh, my goodness. What a great day I'm having.
Or I can sit my fat butt in front of my television and just binge all day. Just veg out completely. So those are my options for my time right now.
Wait a minute. Isn't CVS the ones with the really long receipts that stretch from here to Denver?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and did they have toilet paper there?
I didn't look for it.
Okay.
I didn't look.
Problem solved if you got a receipt. Whether you bought a pack of gum or 20 items, you still
do have some toilet paper.
There you go, a little emergency roll
maybe
there.
a little scratchy there, but
desperate times, Pat.
Yeah, that's true. And they also did something they don't normally do. They did do you have the CVS card? Which no, I don't. But they've gone one step further now. Give me your phone number. What's your phone number? Which I refuse to give them.
What do you mean you refuse to give them?
I'm not going to give them my phone number.
Hello? I learned a tip on the Pat Gray Show.
I know. Yes, the 867-5309.
Did you not use that?
I didn't use it.
I have used that in so many places.
I was so pissed off that they asked me for my phone number. I just said...
You got flustered.
No, I'm not giving you my phone number. And she was pissed. But I thought, so what? I'm sorry, you forced me to be rude because you're asking me to give you something that's none of your freaking business. Okay? And that you don't need. I'm paying for the items I just presented to you. You don't need my phone number. What, are you going to call me and ask me how my items worked out for me later on? I don't want you to. And I don't want you to track me. I don't want you to know every purchase I've made. So, no, you can't have my phone number.
Remember how this segment started? Hey, Pat, do you miss the social distancing of the cash register and dealing with the cashiers that ask you how your day is?
And my answer was no, right? So now you understand why. It pisses me off, that interaction.
So you didn't save your 10 cents at the register?
No, I didn't.
By not giving them your phone number?
I did not.
Life's a series of trade-offs, and I see
that's right.
What happened there.
So we got an image from Pathead David Johnson from the last big pandemic.
Yeah, this is stunning, you know?
The image they don't want you to see.
Right, because we've talked about 5G and people thinking maybe that's part of the coronavirus stuff.
Right.
Well, look at this.
There's a 1G cell tower during the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918.
The image they don't want you to see. And there we go.
The 1G cell tower.
I think it's pretty obvious what happened there.
It killed the people
killed
who
him,
were... Yeah, killed them dead.
Killed them dead.
So...
All right. Well, mystery solved.
In 100 years, I guess people will be joking about this pandemic too, right? They won't. It'll be not too soon by then. Right now, it's too soon.
Oh, okay.
NFL draft, though, Thursday night.
Yes.
Teams will be drafting from their homes. Is that weird?
Yeah, it's weird.
So they're not even going to the stadium. They're doing it at their house.
Yeah, I want to see Jerry Jones in like sweatpants and like a pit-stained shirt.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I'm sure that's what he'll be wearing. Yeah, Jerry, that's Jerry's style right there.
It is.
You know what was cool about the concert, the big 8-hour concert they did over the weekend, is that you got to see all these stars at their mansions, which is kind of cool. You got to look inside their house, and there were some interesting things going on inside their homes. First of all, many of them were in magnificent mansions, and you could tell because expansive, beautiful, high-end furnishings and equipment. John Legend did a song with Sam Smith. Is it Sam Smith?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. John Legend and Sam Smith did a split screen thing, and Legend's home looked like, wow, that's nice. That guy's made some cash in his time. Plus, his wife, Chrissy Teigen, is also a world-class model. So I'm sure they don't wonder where their next meal is going to come from.
Right.
So, and you could tell by their house.
I'm fascinated by the ability for these musicians to play at the same time as another musician or seeing it.
I think it's really cool.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it is. Especially when they're just linked up via satellite or whatever, and
Zoom.
So I guess there must not be any digital lag like there is. Like Glenn is at home, and he's 25 miles from here, and there's about a 1.5 seconds delay between talking to him here at the studio and when he can hear us back at his house. I don't know how they overcome that in the unless they've got far better equipment than we do. Maybe they do. I don't know. And because how would you do that on a delay? I don't know. Anyway. Quarterback Joe Burrow, who led the LSU Tigers to the national championship, is believed to be the number 1 overall pick this Thursday by the Cincinnati Bengals, also a type of tiger, obviously. So with that in mind, this meme is making the rounds. Joe Burrow played for the LSU Tigers and will likely be drafted by the Bengals. He's destined to be nicknamed Joe Exotic, the Tiger King.
That's wild, man. What timing? It's in pop culture, the Tiger King. Mm-hmm. His name is Joe, in both of them.
Right.
Tiger, the Tiger.
With the Tigers and the Bengals.
Why don't we can drop the exotic. We just call him the Tiger King.
Yeah.
But
Joe the Tiger King.
Yeah, so he'll likely be number 1.
Almost for sure.
Thursday night.
Almost for sure.
Cannot wait.
And again, there's a bunch of NFL executives at their homes.
Yeah, wearing pit-stained T-shirts.
Yeah.
Munching on Doritos. What do you think?
Yeah. Maybe some pork rinds. Jerry Jones have some pork rinds.
Totally. You think Belichick will be in his hoodie like normal?
Yeah, I'm sure he will be. I'm kind of anxious to see what it looks like because it's going to be pretty weird. And then do they just call Roger Goodell and he announces it at his house? Is that how it works? We see the team members.
Yeah, I don't know.
The management for the team, they must call it into Goodell, and then he announces it.
I don't know. I think it's like I said, it's probably going to be like Zoom, right?
Yeah.
We know that engineers have been out at all 32 teams' homes.
They allowed engineers to go to the homes.
Did they bring wallpaper with them? Like, is it going to be like the Bengals backdrop for their number 1 pick or something? Or are we just going to all have to is there just going to be a logo on the screen? I'm telling you.
I'm anxious to see.
Somebody's internet connection's going to drop. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like your fantasy football draft, Roger, who every year their internet goes out and they have to pick up the phone. It's going to be the Lions. They're going to have to call it in instead of using the internet like everybody else.
I hope so. That would be fun. That'd be kind of fun. All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. 19. Foot fungus? Really? Oh, wow. So people may have had this a long time ago if you develop foot fungus.
What if you go to the doctor and you're like, Doc, I need to be tested for COVID-19?
Yeah, I've got foot fungus.
Why? Yeah.
I've got heartbreak of psoriasis. I have a rash. They did say over the weekend a rash might be a sign that you have COVID-19.
And then the doctor,
a rash.
Like, nope. You just need to take better care of your hygiene. Is the problem, man? So get out of here.
So I don't know if they're testing you if you have a rash or you still have to have the fever, which I would guess you do, but just a lot of weird symptoms that they're coming up with now. Everything means COVID-19 now. And I don't know if that's another effort to blame every disease that people have on it's COVID-19 so they can inflate the numbers some more.
So if you have athlete's foot, and then,
that's an early sign of COVID-19.
Right, but then you go and get in an auto accident and die from that.
That's an obvious sign of COVID-19.
They're going to check the COVID-19 death box. Because look,
he had athlete's foot. A clear sign of COVID-19. And that's probably why he hit the gas instead of the brake.
He was scratching that rash on his foot and swerved into that.
So it was obviously
embankment.
COVID-19 that killed him.
That's where we're at.
Ridiculous. All right. Interesting little get-together on Bill Maher's show over the weekend. Dan Crenshaw stopped by to discuss Trump.
Oh, I know that guy.
And the virus timeline. Here's what happened. You can't do it now, please. You can't do it now or ever.
Time.
I don't have time. I just ran out of time.
That's why we're not covering all of that.
Gave me the butt kicking of a lifetime.
A lifetime.
I mean, that is unbelievable.
There was no oxygen in that room for Bill Maher.
Oh my! Wow, Dan Crenshaw, just so logical, so reasoned, so knowledgeable. How would you even you can't you couldn't Bill Maher couldn't come back with anything. He had nothing. He had nothing because he just stomped down every single argument.
I honestly don't care the order, but in 2024 I'd like to see Nikki Haley and Dan Crenshaw either way. I don't care.
Or Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem's great too.
Yep.
But Dan Crenshaw, I think we're onto something here with him. If he would just be a little more conservative in his spending habits, but I'm sure he's been caught up in, we have to do this because, COVID-19. So I'm sure everybody's been, everybody has been caught up in that. Look at nobody wants to say, hey, we don't need $6 trillion worth of spending right now.
When is the last time you've seen an interview on the host's show go that poorly for them?
Where he was dominated that badly?
Just destroyed.
Oh, man. That was ugly.
That was
for
a thing of beauty right there.
Yeah, it was great. All right. So this does not qualify as an animal video because this would be way too easy.
Okay.
But we do have a video of dogs eating cauliflower here. For some reason.
You think that is ridiculous? We got the dogs eating the cauliflower.
So
Look at
drops it. Oh,
no.
Okay. No, they're not even
lined up
look
at
at
the window.
What are those, huskies?
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Husky puppies? Man, those are good-looking dogs.
But they love the cauliflower. Look at that guy cutting line. What a jerk. What a jerk.
Why would dogs eat cauliflower?
I mean, are they starving? Oh, look at that. There's a little cutie pie.
Okay.
Goes away with the cauliflower.
They must be trainers. I bet those huskies were probably purebreds.
I mean, I can't understand why a dog would eat vegetables.
Mine doesn't. If we drop something on the floor that's a vegetable, like a carrot or cauliflower or broccoli, she'll walk over and sniff it, and she's out of there. No, thank you.
Trying to kill me? What are you doing?
No, thank you. But she absolutely loves Rough Greens VitaSmart, and she gobbles it up. She loves it. I mean, and the great thing about it is it comes with the prebiotics and the enzymes and the vitamins and all that healthy microbacteria because in her food, it's all cooked out of that. It's all burned right out and killed. So that's why I love Rough Greens VitaSmart. That, and she loves her food now. You just take a scoop of it and you sprinkle it in, mix it into the dog food, and they absolutely love it. Doesn't matter what kind of dog food you feed them, this makes your dog's food better. Take the Rough Greens 14-Day Jumpstart Challenge today. Just $14.95. See the difference in your dog in 14 days or less. You want to see your dog thrive again? Just go to roughgreens.com/blaze. That's ruffgreens.com/blaze.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Brian Moore cures cancer. Oh, report. Trump cures cancer. Response? Pelosi says not quick enough.
That's about right.
That's for sure. Bronco Nagurski fan club. We should all start inundating that system with photos of cats and dogs.
What?
Well, I'm sorry. What was that system? 311692?
Yeah, be sure to text pictures of cats and dogs congregating together. 311692.
Okay. From J.E. Barton. You know what the best part of the concert was this weekend? Not watching a second of it. All right.
I'm in that boat, too.
All right. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Rants Out Loud tweets. Can't wait to see Jerry Jones picking players in his house in front of an unkept bed. Lone Wolf, breaking news, April 15th, 1865. While attending a play at Ford's Theater, President Abraham Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth. He later died due to complications from the coronavirus.
Oh, no. Is that what it was?
Yep. They're finding that this was around a lot earlier than we thought.
A lot earlier.
A lot earlier than we thought. Yeah. The Wuhan Health Organization tweets, this person had 10 fingers. That's a condition that has existed in a majority of cases. So we're declaring it a symptom. Anyone who dies with 10 fingers is now a COVID death. Non-debatable. So great.
Good stuff.
That's really good stuff. From Bill Maher, President Trump, why weren't you putting Chinese kids in cages?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty much the argument.
China virus tweets, Dan Crenshaw flattened the curve of partisan stupidity in 6 minutes.
He did.
Shall not be infringed. If the New York Times ran an article of the Maher Crenshaw interview, the headline would read, Pirate attacks defenseless elderly moron.
So funny.
Oh, man. Keystone Pig tweets, good Lord, Bill. Dan Crenshaw absolutely owned and embarrassed you on your own show. And all you had to say was, yeah, well, you're a poo-poo head.
That's basically how it ended.
That's about it. Yeah, well, I don't have time. Otherwise, I'd destroy you right now. But I'm all out of time.
Got
so
commercials
I
to
can't.
play. Otherwise, I would hand it to you, sir.
Yeah, commercials to play on, isn't it Showtime? Or no, it's HBO, right? I got commercials to play on HBO. Yeah. I'm all out of time.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
but Bill,
no, hold it.
That's not quite the model your network uses. Yeah, whatever. I'm out of time.
You know who would really run this thing well is Joe Biden, because the guy is as sharp as a tack, and there's no doubt about it. He's showing his mental acuity every single day now. Every day. Here he is on CNN. Looks like Anderson Cooper and some other guy in the middle, and then Joe Biden on the right-hand side, in front of his bookcase at home, because that's where he's quarantined right now. I think he should stop talking to people from in front of his bookcase at home. He does nothing but screw up badly there.
Oh.
Really, really bad. It might be a really good time for him to just be quiet, but he wasn't.
You know, there's during World War II, where Roosevelt came up with a thing that was totally different than it's called the World War II. He had the War Production Board.
He got there. All right. I don't even know if that's what it was called, but he got somewhere.
Production board.
Hey, Rob, are you able to just grab anywhere in that video? Just the look on Anderson Cooper and Sanjay Gupta's face, their faces while he's struggling. They hold the same look for 20 seconds, and they're just like, where is he going, and what is the man saying? Look, I mean, Cooper does that look quite a bit. Mm-hmm. But Gupta's like, what is happening right now?
I'd like to talk to Gupta about that and say, look, you're a doctor. Is there something going on here with Joe Biden? Come on. I mean, the guy can't express himself anymore. Most of the time. I mean, there's a few times when he can get through a sentence or a thought, but it's pretty rare. Most of the time, it's what we just saw, and it's really troubling that guy could become the next president of the United States. Meanwhile, in an Indonesian village, they're using ghosts for distancing patrols.
For what?
A village in Indonesia has reportedly taken to using volunteers dressed as ghosts to try to scare people into social distancing over the coronavirus.
Look at that. That looks like straitjackets. That's not like dressed up like as a ghost on Halloween.
Is that really going to scare people?
I know.
Maybe. Maybe.
What?
They started deploying these people at night last month.
Uh-huh.
In folklore in Indonesia, ghostly figures are known as pocong, and they're said to represent the trapped souls of the dead.
Okay.
So,
I mean, whatever works for your country. I mean, I guess in, where's that, Indonesia?
Yep.
So I guess what works over there is dressing up people in straitjackets and making it look like they have the mumps. I mean, look at that picture again. If we've got that, I mean, what's going on with the head? Like, what's happening here? I don't know. It's a strange.
Yeah, that is. It's a weird.
And they're not even. Look at that. They're not even 6 feet apart, Pat. They're supposed to set an example or scare you into. I don't. Okay.
It needs to be a bigger bench. That's for sure.
We need a bigger bench.
Yeah. No doubt about it. All right. 888-900-3393. At Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Dr. Phil ran into a little trouble late last week. And man, is he getting pummeled for it. Here's what he said on Laura Ingram's show last week.
250 people a year die from poverty. And the poverty line is getting such that more and more people are going to fall below that because the economy is crashing around us. And they're doing that because people are dying from the coronavirus. I get that. But look, the fact of the matter is we have people dying. 45,000 people a year die from automobile accidents, 480,000 from cigarettes, 360,000 a year from swimming pools. But we don't shut the country down for that.
What?
But yet we're doing it for this. And the fallout is going to last for years because people's lives are being destroyed.
Okay, the numbers there were correct, except for 360,000 people dying in pool deaths. Okay, so people latched onto that and they beat him senseless over it. 360,000 people die in pool deaths, and we don't shut the country down over that. Well, it's actually 3,600 people that drown every year in a pool death. If it were 360,000 people in pool deaths, we might shut the country down over that. Or at least close the swimming pools down over that. You know, if 360,000 people are dying in pools, I say we close the pools.
Well, either that or have the government step in and pay for swim lessons at the YMCA for everybody.
Swim lessons, a lifeguard. Maybe we do something extra there at the pool.
We don't let the pool. All right, so look, you can have a pool, but it can't be deeper than 3 feet.
But
3 feet.
You see his point, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not shutting the country down over 480,000 people dying from cigarette smoking every year. It's interesting, too. Dr. Phil is suddenly the biggest moron in the world because, as they were saying on Twitter, he's not a doctor. He's not licensed in any state because he dared say that maybe we've gone too far here. But Bill Nye, the science guy, every single non-scientific word he pukes out of his mouth about global warming is gospel to them. Nobody yells, hey, he's not a real scientist. Let's stop listening to Bill Nye, the science guy, who's not a science guy. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care.
What did Doc Thompson used to refer to him as? Bill Nye the guy. Because that's all he is.
There's no science
He's
there.
no scientist, man.
Yeah, it's agonizing.
It's a crazy world who we listen to.
888-900-3393. Also, Andrew Cuomo, I think the love affair between Cuomo and Trump is pretty much over. He seems to have worked itself through, and they're not really together anymore.
It's run its course.
Yeah, they're socially distanced now.
We thought they were an odd couple.
Yeah, they were.
They
at
proved
first.
us right.
I mean, Cuomo at the beginning was saying Trump has done everything we asked him to do. He's been there the whole time. He reacts quickly to our requests. He's been great. And that was about it. Well, now that's not exactly what he's saying. Here's what he's saying instead last Friday.
The president is also watching this press conference. He tweeted 13 minutes ago, quote, Governor Cuomo should spend more time doing and less time complaining.
First of all, if he's sitting home watching TV, maybe he should get up and go to work, right? He wants to say, well, I did enough.
Oh, my.
Yeah, none of us have done enough. We haven't, because it's not over. So yes, thank you for the Javits. Thank you for the U.S. Navy ship Comfort. But it's not over. We have a lot more to do. And no one can take the posture, well, just say thank you for what I've done, and I'm now out. I'm not doing anything else. I've done my part. He's doing nothing. He said it's up to the states. It's up to the governors, which is what it always was, because it's always been the governor's power. And then he says, there's a 50-piece puzzle. No. That's called the map of the United States. It's not a puzzle. And those lines are called states. And those states have constitutional power. So, introduction to constitutional theory and policy. The states have the power to open. The states are opening on their own timelines. We're trying to coordinate with our neighboring states. Western states are coordinating. Middle states are coordinating. All he's doing is walking in front of the parade. But he has nothing to do with the timing of the parade, right? The governors are going to open when they think they should open. All I'm saying is there's two things they need help from. They need help from the federal government. Two things. Help on testing, because states can't do that. And I don't want to redo the mayhem of the PPE debacle. Second point, we need funding to do it. How many times do you want me to say thank you? But I'm saying thank you for doing your job. This was your role as president.
I don't know why his approval rating is so high. He's got the worst situation in America,
right,
in his state. I mean, 247,000 people are infected in his state. 18,298. Almost half of the deaths in this country are in New York. Almost half.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you look at something like compare New York with Texas,
which has a much bigger population than New York. New York's at about 21 million people. We have 28 million people. And we're about to reopen this week.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
It's going to start this week.
We're not coordinating with other states because see, we're
Texas.
We're Texas.
That's right. We're Texas.
But I love the comparison between the numbers in New York and the numbers in Texas.
Texas. 29 million. I'm sorry. 29 million, but only 17,000 coronavirus cases. By comparison, New York City has 8 million residents and 120,000 cases. Now, there are some inherent reasons for that. New York is built on top of each other. We're spread out.
Yeah.
In over a long, big, wide area.
And
here.
I think another distinction would be that our governor is awesome and their governor
sucks.
Is horrific.
Yes. But, again, just to give them some credit, they've got the subway system that people are reliant on. We don't have that. I mean, nobody gets on DART here. Plus, it's not underground, so it's a little bit different.
That is a good idea. Maybe I should start taking DART everywhere.
Because you'd be all alone.
I would be social distancing
all alone.
And taking mass transit.
Yes.
I mean, isn't that a liberal's dream right now?
Yes, it is. So here in Texas, the state parks will reopen today. Retailers can reopen by Friday. So I guess that's like clothing stores.
Yeah, it's weird though. I said again, do business at the curb. I don't quite understand that because a lot of these places are open anyhow.
Retailers will only be allowed to reopen if they can do at home or curbside deliveries.
I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
So people won't be allowed inside stores or businesses.
I don't know.
That's kind of weird.
Wednesday, though, hospitals and doctors' offices can start back to these
elective
surgeries
things,
and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
So slowly but surely.
So you can have your nose done that you've been waiting for.
I told you, let's not talk about that on the air.
I apologize.
Oh my gosh. You just betrayed my confidence on the air about my impending nose job.
Yeah, sorry,
sir.
I apologize. I forgot.
Wow.
I forgot for a minute.
When are you going to get those earlobes reshaped? You've been waiting on that, haven't you?
Soon I have, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And then Jeffy's stomach staple is happening, I think, this week. So.
Well, I mean, that's a doctor's office is going to have to have a month's worth of openings on the schedule to take care of that.
Yep. All right.
But but Cuomo's talking about like, what has he done? He kept going back and forth between like, oh, what do you want me to say? Thank you for all the stuff that you've done,
which is a lot,
right?
As he's admitted
and then he
before.
says, but what have you done?
Right.
And I don't know. It's ridiculous how governors like Cuomo are trying to have it both ways.
Right.
And then he lashes out, and I love how he reacts. That reporter could have been completely fabricating that tweet. He has been waiting for a reason to pounce. And so the reporter,
and he got one there.
Reporter finally gave him an opening. He didn't even go and verify if that tweet had happened.
Yeah, I love how the governors who have the two worst problems maybe in America, based on their population and their death toll and the amount of people with the virus, New York and Michigan, are the two states where their Democrat governors are all of a sudden out of control popular. Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan and Andrew Cuomo in New York. It doesn't make any sense. You've done a terrible job.
Yeah.
Why are you so popular now? Because you're in front of the public every day saying
That's
that
weird.
You're doing a terrible job?
And isn't that also showing that these draconian measures to keep people in their homes
doesn't
not
work?
Working?
Right. That's what I think.
It's not working.
888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Just saw Stu in the hallway getting ready for the show he's about to do with somebody.
Yeah, what show was that?
I can't remember right now. Glenn Beek? Something like that?
Not familiar.
No? Okay. Anyway, he's psyched, as we are, about the NFL draft on Thursday night with owners at their homes and Roger Goodell in his basement. So I can't wait to see what this looks like.
I mean, congratulations, though, to Roger Goodell. Going to be the big winner of this. Not going to be booed audibly.
Yeah. Hell yeah. For the first time in maybe his entire career, he won't be booed at the NFL draft.
So there you go.
Yeah, it's good.
We'll actually be cheering him because it's something to do with sports.
Yeah, no kidding.
During this lockdown.
Yeah, and congratulations to the NFL for going ahead with this, because they could have been cajoled into doing what everybody else is doing, and it just can't be done. We're not going to do it right now. We're gonna do the draft in August. They could have done that, or we're going to do the draft in September. Well, wait a minute, aren't these players supposed to be part of the team by then?
Right. Yeah.
I'm getting very nervous about the season. I'm quite concerned.
Well, first of all, on the draft, since we get up so early and it's a weeknight, my goodness, I actually benefit from my team being so bad in that they pick 16. Still would like Thomas Dimitroff to trade up so that I can get to bed a little early.
I would think this thing will happen fast, though, because they won't be able to screw around that much.
But the Packers pick 30th, man. You're going to be rolling in here.
Yeah.
On like minutes of sleep.
Blurry-eyed.
But there's some concern, and maybe we'll get to this later, but more sports figures are talking about how, I don't know, there may not be a baseball season this year.
Yeah, baseball seems to be the one everybody's
y'all need to stop talking.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of these naysayers predicting.
They can do this in Arizona or Florida. They've got plenty of stadiums. They've got plenty of hotel rooms, both in Phoenix and wherever they want to play this, in Florida just about. But Phoenix would be ideal. It's hot. Hopefully that tamps down the virus a little bit. They've got plenty of hotel rooms. They've got plenty of stadiums because they've got the Not only do they have an MLB baseball team in town that plays in a stadium there, they have all the training camp sites where they have MLB-ready stadiums there.
Yeah, they're talking.
Plus,
Yeah.
there's not going to be any fans.
They're talking about instead of an American League and a National League, there would be 15 teams in Arizona and 15 teams in Florida. In fact,
that's kind of cool.
My Atlanta Braves would be in a division with 4 American League teams. But whatever, man.
It'd be
I just
a weird
want to play.
year, but you'd get baseball done.
But
that
yeah,
would be fun.
I mean, the latest is Chipper Jones saying, "I just don't see how they can make it happen."
Shut up, Chipper.
All right, I'm so tired of this,
and especially since you're already retired.
Yeah,
shut up.
I'm sorry. That's a one less year people can chase your records, I guess. But no, Wayne Gretzky, on the other hand, saying that, I think we're going to get hockey and other sports June, July, August.
He thinks they're going to finish the season?
Yeah, he's making it sound like hockey will take care of its last 3 months then. Yeah, so.
Wow.
Here's hoping.
I'd be kind of surprised, but good. I mean, I hope so. Hope so. Parts Guy 22 tweets. Goes to show how, this is about the Bill Maher. A lot of comments on the Bill Maher beatdown by Dan Crenshaw. Wow, man. Goes to show how well Bill Maher does without a live studio audience of clapping sycophants.
Yeah.
Huh? Yep. Swank Think tweets, please tell me they put a parental advisory label on the video of that exchange between Dan Crenshaw and Bill Maher. Children need not be exposed to a beatdown so vicious. DePunchy, never forget Bill Maher wanted the economy to crash regardless of who it hurt, as long as it meant Trump wouldn't be reelected. Sherry tweets, Bill Maher facial expressions after Dan Crenshaw annihilation was priceless. Tongue-tied. B to Bodine. I haven't seen
him. His face. Look at that. Rob's got a picture.
This
hurts.
B to Bodine tweets, I haven't seen a beatdown like that since Bernie Sanders went against that speed bag.
That's right.
Knocked 3 times. It's in the thing. Tweets. Maher saying, I'm all out of time is the equivalent of a kid saying, I'd fight you, but my mom is calling me for supper. She also said I can't fight in my school clothes. I'll get in trouble. Bat out of woo hell. Joe Biden is about as sharp as a bowling ball. Oh, yeah, let's remind everybody of that.
There's during World War II, where Roosevelt came up with a thing that was totally different than it's called. He called it the World War II. He had the War Production Board.
Get there faster.
Okay, it takes him 20 seconds to say the War Production Board.
I can't.
Write it down, Joe.
Make it stop.
I mean, can you not write it down?
Oh.
If you know you're going to go there, and he does, because they've told him what they want to talk about ahead of time. So just write it down, for the love of heaven. Write it down.
Oh,
wow.
Boy.
Brian Moore tweets, can anyone imagine Joe Biden negotiating with foreign leaders? Oh, my gosh. It's painful watching him form a thought. Social distancing ghost from Indonesia just this morning.
That was fast.
Really fast. Yeah, that was just this morning. Dr. Phil was smart to not mention how many people die from the Clinton list.
Oh, I mean, that's where Bill Maher would have run out of time. We had somebody on there trying to go through that.
Just the bodyguards who've died. Forget about it. Like, that's a long list. It's a really
Wait a minute.
long list.
This is a great opportunity for the Clintons to go back and reclassify these deaths as COVID-19 deaths.
Right, COVID. They all died from COVID-19. Every one of them. 888-933-93. And welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-933-93. At Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Deplorable Gary T tweets, it's crazy here in upstate New York. Yesterday, I was not allowed inside a building, even with a mask, to complete a transaction. I was told I had to give the person my debit and the PIN number if I wanted to do the transaction.
Whoa.
Right. That's sure.
Cute. That's cute.
Not a problem. Let me do that. Treating all customers this way from what I saw. Wow. Let me consult Cardinal Tobin tweets. When you have to coordinate with 5 or 6 other states to reopen, that's not saying much for your governing skills. Amy, what's-her-face? The same people discrediting Dr. Phil for fudging a number are planning to vote for a presidential candidate who can't speak coherently. That's for sure. Proud Mr. Graybeard. New York has so many cases because the federal funding is linked to how many cases a state has. How else is a bad government going to make up for their $6.1 billion deficit?
Wow, yeah.
That's nothing. 6.1 billion? Wait till it gets to $1 trillion every state.
Then call me.
Every state has $1 trillion deficit. That's when Montana has $1 trillion deficit. That's when we're on to something. Okay? That's when we're really in debt. We're not in debt right now. Some of the amazing lengths governments have gone to keep people inside their homes has been just unbelievable. I mean, really crazy. Un-American, if I may be so bold as to say it. And I may. I just may. For instance, in Los Angeles, they just filled up the Venice skate park with 37 tons of sand to stop kids from skateboarding there.
I mean, seriously, stop.
The kids really aren't getting this in gigantic numbers. And when they do get it, it's usually mild from what I understand. And so, I don't know. Can you not let them go out and do something? I guess not. But check this out. In Venice, California, this is the length they've gone to in order to keep the kids. Do we have a photo or a video?
The video there. Yep.
And it goes a little something... not like this, but there it is. There.
Hey-o.
Right there.
Why?
Right there.
Why are they doing this? I don't understand. I mean, because it's going to take forever to get this sand out of there.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a nightmare to try to do this. And they dumped it all in there.
Put some yellow tape. Hire a security guard if you're that adamant about keeping kids out of there.
That's really...
And call it done.
That's uncool. And so what did the kids do? They swept out the little paths. Swept out little paths to the jumps and still did it anyway. And they still went.
Good for them.
Yeah, I think so too.
This is so ridiculous,
it's just,
man.
Yeah, it's insane. Also, people are really starting to get fed up with this stuff. They're starting to realize this is America, and you can't be doing this to us. Okay, we need to get back to work. I need to be able to put food on my family's table. I need to be able to pay the rent or the mortgage. I need to be able to buy groceries. Do you mind? So there's protesters all over America that are coming out in droves now. And last week, during the governor's press conference...
in Kentucky.
Governor Beshear in Kentucky, Andy Beshear, who's been an absolute nightmare during this. Just an absolute douchebag.
Yeah.
You could hear the protesters out there telling him they want to get back to work. Listen to this.
So this is about the Louisville partnership we announced. I'm not sure about the overall numbers, but yes, healthcare workers in all the major hospital systems.
By the way, the voice you hear on the bullhorn
first. The goal there
is a listener of this program. Pat
that's
Head.
cool. Really?
Erica Callahan is on the bullhorn.
I love that. Those that are taking care of them don't have it.
She said they found an open window at the Capitol building, and that's where they concentrated their efforts while the man's doing this little press conference.
That's genius.
It's so
that is
funny.
great. I was wondering why you could hear it so well. I thought, wow, those are thin walls at the Capitol.
Nice job, Erica.
That guy is, I mean, I hope you're happy you got rid of Matt Bevin, Kentucky, because good luck with this freaking guy. Unbelievable. Then we've got some video of Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer explaining why abortions are still happening in that state. So we've shut down, restaurants and gyms, and you can't really go anywhere or do anything except if you want to end a baby's life, you can absolutely do that.
I mean, it's essential, right? That's an essential service.
Obviously, you've got to do that.
I think she's doing an interview with on the show that David Axelrod does.
Okay.
And so here's her response.
As we speak, in Texas and a couple of other states, I think Ohio may be another, the state has asked to suspend abortion services as part of this COVID-19 protocol. This is probably going to go to the Supreme Court. What is your reaction to that? You're a governor. You have to make these decisions as well. There are other procedures that have been suspended.
We stopped elective surgeries here in Michigan, and some people have tried to say that type of a procedure is geconsidered the same, and that's ridiculous. A woman's health care, her whole future, her ability to decide if and when she starts a family is not an election. It is a fundamental to her life. It is life sustaining, and it's something that government should not be getting in the middle of.
I'm sorry, that's the opposite of life sustaining. That's life taking.
I mean, I'm not good at math, but it seems like that's the exact opposite. It's like you're subtracting one, not adding one. Life sustaining. Ugh.
Wow. She's nuts. I mean, this Gretchen Whitmer situation in Michigan. And again, she has one of the worst situations in America. Other than New York, Michigan has to be the worst as far as per capita people who are infected. New York has 247,215 people infected, 18,298 dead. But they've got, 20 million people. Michigan, 31,424 and 2,391 deaths. They have the third most deaths in the United States of America. What is the population of Michigan? It's,
Michigan, the state.
8 million?
Yeah, the state where you're not allowed to travel from one home directly to another. You can't even, I'm not going to make any stops on the way. I'm just driving from one home to the other one. A lot of people are saying
and they're both your homes.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Right.
You can't plant. You can't do gardening. It's 10 million people, we'll say, because it's 9.987. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. 10 million people. And the infected in Michigan, again, is 31,424. To give you an idea, Texas has about 3 times that population, and we have 19,000 infected. Okay.
And we're allowed to drive from home to home.
Yeah. She's doing a terrible job. It's about as bad as you can get in the United States of America. How is it possible that she's more popular than when this started? She's completely screwed this up. Bizarre. I don't get it. I really don't get it. When you talk about per capita and you see California with 31,000 infected compared to 247,000 in New York with less than half the population of California, you might think, okay, well, Governor Newsom, who is a Democrat, has done an okay job. He's done a better job than Cuomo has, a better job than Gretchen Whitmer has, and he's, of course, I guess he's fairly popular right now too. He's got like 80% approval. And we should look up the approval rating of Governor Abbott, because that guy has done a better job as governor of this state since he's been elected than any governor I've ever known in any state during my lifetime. The guy's just fantastic. 888-900-3393. And at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Also, the governor of Pennsylvania throwing around the term new normal.
Yeah, somebody sent me this resident of Pennsylvania, where Tom Wolf is the governor. He's really been enjoying that phrase, and
because he's trying to tell us that life is going to be completely different from now on. That's what he's trying to announce here. Listen to this.
The second stage will be a transitional one as well. It will take us from where we are now to the new normal that we'll face down the road.
New normal, okay.
And finally,
what is
the
that
third stage is that new normal.
And okay, so the second stage is what takes us to the new normal, and the third stage is the new normal. And what is the new normal? I'm not sure what the new normal is.
No, we got another clip here.
We will need time to develop vaccines.
Yep.
And we will all need time to rebuild our lives and our communities in ways that conform to the new altered normal.
There it is again.
Okay.
The new altered normal, the new normal.
I don't like that.
No, I don't either.
I mean, understandably, yes, there's going to be some things that are going to change that we're not going to get back. And we've
You
talked
won't be
about
making out with as many strangers as you used to. Just people that you see at the grocery store, just start tongue kissing them. We probably won't do that as much as we once did.
So wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the small talk at the cash register,
right?
But the making out with strangers,
Yeah,
is
it's got to
cool?
stop. It's got to. Well, I mean, it should decrease a little bit at least. Less of that. Okay, we're gonna do less tongue kissing of strangers.
Okay, noted.
That's the new normal.
That's
I'm sorry, it's altered life. You're
not
gonna have
in
to
my
deal
America.
with it.
Governor Wolf.
Not on my watch. I'll make out with whomever I want whenever I see them.
And see, I we've said that things are going to change.
Yes.
we know that.
we have.
But
Yes.
I don't need this
new normal
far
thing from the
left government official throwing that phrase around so freely, because his new normal is going to be different than our new normal.
That's for sure.
And I don't like that.
That's me too. Same here. Same to you, but twice as much more of it. I know you are, but what am I?
I'm rubber, you're glue. It bounces off me, sticks to you.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names, well, they hurt me even more.
Oh.
That's the new normal.
Oh,
yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't see that one coming, and then I realized, crap, it's the new normal that Governor Wolf told us about.
Yeah. Actually, it happened before Governor Wolf. But it's been a new normal for, 10 years at least? 15? All right, we're going to see Kellyanne Conway, too. She lets a reporter have a little piece of her mind here. That's one of the things you don't have to worry about with Kellyanne Conway, is that she's going to be mousy when she's being asked. She's not exactly shy and retiring.
No.
Here she is.
Kellyanne, can you clarify, the President's Council on Reopening the Country, how is that going to work? The President listed off a long list of names yesterday, but how will they work? How will they meet? How will they make recommendations to the President? And is there any thought to diversifying that council beyond what was predominantly...
Diversify the council the President is tapping into.
The President has calls on his schedule. I don't know if you checked his schedule yet today, but he has 4 calls with those sectors. Even today, banking, healthcare, technology, sports, quite a number of them. So he's starting, just announced them last night, started just today. I think that list is probably less exhaustive than it is illustrative, and there will be other people raising their hand and saying, how can I help? We don't pick who the heads of the sports commission leagues and CEOs of companies are who want to help.
Good point.
And
Pause it for a second. What is she saying? Do you know what she's saying to her there?
I don't know.
It's
The
really
audio,
hard to hear.
the audio that was dubbed in, not so clear there. But she's saying that the reporter's saying, these are all white guys.
Right.
Why isn't this more diverse?
And Kellyanne's comment is, we're meeting with the heads of these businesses, these industries that we're trying to get back online.
Right.
We don't choose the heads of the businesses,
But
moron.
shouldn't it be more diverse? And then she continued.
All right, let's see the rest.
I actually don't know what's happened to you. Respectfully, I don't know why you've changed and you're in the briefing room screaming at Anthony Fauci and the President of the United States. I frankly think it's unbecoming. But that aside, I'll answer the question about how they're going to help America, which is why I'm here. I think you're here for a different reason, it seems, these days. I'm here, and the council has stepped up because they want to help Americans, 17 million of whom have claimed unemployment, many more who are claiming unemployment insurance, I believe. You've got about a third of renters who didn't pay their rent last month because they couldn't. You've got people whose financial circumstances changed like that, and we're trying to help them.
Wow. So who is the reporter she's talking to? Because she's disappointed in her. The reporter has changed.
I'll try to find that
So I
out.
don't know who that is, because usually those White
Paula
House...
Reed from CBS.
Huh. Okay. So Paula Reed was maybe at one point reasonable and has turned a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, she works for CBS.
Yeah.
Who had another shining moment over the weekend. A different reporter with President Trump during the press conference. I don't know if you wanted to play
let's see that too.
Same thing about you, that you should have warned them the virus was spreading like wildfire through the month of February instead of holding rallies with thousands of people. Why did you wait so long to warn them?
Who you with?
And why did you not have social distancing until March 16th?
Who you with?
I'm Weijia Jiang with CBS News.
So, if you look at what I did in terms of cutting off or banning China from coming in,
Chinese nationals. But by the way, not Americans who are also coming from China.
Nice and easy. Just
Right.
relax.
Just relax.
Pause it for a
cut it
sec. Pause it. Would you have liked us to cut off Americans in China? And would you have been fine with that? If we would have said, look, nobody can come back home from China. If you're in China and you're a U.S. citizen, sorry, you're going to have to die there because you're not coming back here. What would they have done? What would she have said to the president of the United States?
Wow, yeah.
That's insane. All right, let's see the rest.
People were amazed. These gentlemen, everybody was amazed that I did it. We had 21 people in a room. Everybody was against it but me. Dr. Fauci said, had I not done that, perhaps tens of thousands, and maybe much more than that, people would have died. I was very early, very, very early. And we just saw, you saw Brett Baer making a statement. They had a debate well into February. And not even mentioned. It wasn't even mentioned, the Democrats. We were very early. Oh, I'm the president. And you know what I just did? And you know what I just...
And by the way, when you issue the ban, the
Really
virus
rude.
was already here.
Okay, and you know how many people, when I issued the ban, how many cases of virus were in the United States when I issued the ban? Do you know the number?
There was...
No, how many cases? Remember I said one person. How many cases were here when I issued the ban?
I hope
Tell
he
me.
has the number.
No, you have to do your research. How many...
I did my research.
great.
On the 23rd of March, you said you knew this was going to be a pandemic.
Can I tell you what?
well
I did
before-
know it. I did know it. All I have to do is look.
So you knew it was
Anybody knew it. Just, are you ready? How many cases were in the United States when I did my ban?
How many?
How many people had
Not very
died
many.
in the United States?
So do you acknowledge that you didn't think
Keep your
it was
voice down,
going to
please.
spread?
Keep your voice down.
Did you not?
How many cases were in the United States? I did a ban where I'm closing up the entire country. How many people died?
And that's a fair point.
How many people died in the United States? And yet I closed up the country, and I believe there were no deaths, 0 deaths at the time I closed up the country. Nobody was there. And you should say thank you very much for good judgment. Go ahead.
That's for sure.
go.
We
Yeah.
should look into that because he closed up the. When did we announce the
January
closure of America?
Oh, that?
March, was it 11th?
I think March 11th, the Wednesday
13th,
night.
something
Yeah, it was-
somewhere in
Yeah,
there.
it was March 11th. Yeah, it was a Wednesday night. Yeah.
We should go back and look at how many infections there were because it
Okay.
wasn't very many.
Yeah, and she was trying to make the case that throughout the month of February, you did absolutely nothing.
Right.
You know, you weren't
they
doing
keep
anything.
doing that to him. They
And
keep
so,
over and over and over they do that.
and he pointed out that on January 31st, he stopped the travel from China. Well, over the Daily Wire, Ryan Savita, a great reporter there, listed, here are all the things that Trump did in the month of February. Remember this? He tried to get the CDC over into China.
Yeah.
And China was like,
And they
no,
said,
no, you're not coming in
we
here.
we don't need you.
It's like my kids, you know, like their room is destroyed, and I'm like, I'd like to come in there and check and take a look at how's that cleanup coming in there? No, don't come in here. So that's how China handled that. That Trump spoke about it in the State of the Union speech. So he addressed it there. He briefed lawmakers and governors on the situation. The CDC started shipping those tests, remember? And there was a delay in those, as we've learned, because there was a contamination.
It was contaminated.
At the CDC. Trump authorized certified labs to develop testing, expanded travel restrictions, and...
Why didn't Trump clean out that CDC lab so there was no contamination? Why didn't he do that?
Why didn't he just go down there himself?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Why wasn't he there? And Mike Pence, Donald Trump and Mike Pence should have been there with some disinfectant. By the way, do you know they're going to start spraying disinfectant in cities in Spain? They're already doing it in China. They're doing it in Italy. And they expect us to be doing it very soon.
Oh, like from planes?
From the air, from
Oh,
planes
yeah,
and from drones and from little robot vehicles that go through neighborhoods and spray disinfectant all over the place.
No.
Be interesting to see if that works.
No.
Kind of like they would do for insecticide. That's what they're doing for this.
What are we, crops now?
Yep.
Ugh.
We're crops of people. Yep. So, all right. Let's finish off the show with something fun.
Okay.
You know, there's been scant little sports to report on, and it's been a really tough time. Every day I check multiple times for stories that I can gobble up.
Gobble up?
Yeah, I gobble them up.
You
I don't
don't-
gobble them down. I gobble them up.
Very well.
Like when you go and you say, I could just eat that up. Do you say I'm going to eat that down? No, you don't. No, you don't.
Nope.
So I maintain gobble up is appropriate. But because there are no sports, people are making stuff up. like this mascot bracket, the NCAA Mascot Bracket Championship. At first, didn't even feature Cosmo the Cougar from BYU.
Oh, wow.
Or the Western Kentucky mascot.
The Hilltoppers.
Yeah,
whatever he is.
Big Red, I think.
I don't know. He's like a red grimace.
I don't even know what that thing is.
Nobody does.
Or why. But they both were excluded from the original bracket, and then I think there was a lot of pushback from people, and so they included them both. And they were both 16 seeds in this tournament of 64 mascots. And they wound up in the championship together. And the polls have closed. This happened mid to late last week.
Okay.
But due to suspicion of voter fraud,
an
investigation was underway. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
College
so BYU was in the
Sirius
lead,
XM.
51-49.
Yeah.
And then they closed down the voting.
Closed down the voting because I think there was a fan on a message board for BYU that said, hey, here's how you can get past voting once. And they gave some instructions.
Oh.
But the investigation ensued. The championship was determined, and it did go to Cosmo Cougar from BYU. The national champion.
Are you proud?
I'm so proud.
You're proud, right?
I'm just bursting with pride.
Wow. See, I voted in the greatest college football team of all time, and it came down to
the greatest team of all time.
Yeah, so the '95 Huskers obviously is
would
that
be
team.
in that. Okay,
but they
how many? I mean, is this just Nebraska teams, or did they
no? This is all.
So you
time.
could do Miami.
Yeah, and that
BYU
was one of the
team from 1984, which you would naturally gravitate to immediately.
Yeah, first round exit. But it was the '95 Huskers who win every year in one of these polls.
Yeah,
but they went up against the 2019 LSU Tigers.
Oh, that's a tough one.
And not so much. But anyway, LSU did win 51-49 in that one.
Close.
Yeah, so
close.
Nebraska blew out their
That's a pretty good. I'm surprised I didn't see that because I would have voted in that.
Yahoo Sports app is a fun thing, especially during this time.
Yeah, I got to get that.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get that.
Yeah.
All right, we didn't have time for the Caliendo thing.
That'll keep.
Doing another announcer deal with a bunch of nuns playing basketball.
Yeah, it's good.
Good
stuff.
We'll get to that tomorrow. And there's going to be all kinds of other stuff. Some of it will make your eyes bleed.
Yeah, there's a funny video that you sent this weekend for us.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We
yes, the Datasaurus. You won't believe that tomorrow. Plus, the Land O'Lakes Indian removed from all the butter packaging. We'll get to that tomorrow.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.